Are you wondering how the coronavirus is going to affect the Las Vegas real estate market? We're going to discuss all the factors coming right up.
Hey, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors. If you've been affected by the coronavirus, which let's face it, 95% of us, you're probably wondering what's going on with the local real estate market and maybe how is this going to affect prices and what's going to happen. Kristen and I were just chatting. We thought we'd like to share, our thoughts with you on what we see happening right now as, active realtors, how it's maybe affecting our business. We'll look at some of the trends in the past because the past is always a great guide to seeing what maybe can happen in the future. And then we'll give you our little prediction.
So like you said, I think the past is a good place to start. Without a doubt, the economy is going to be affected by the coronavirus. Businesses are shutting down. Are we going to go into a recession? Quite possibly. How long is that recession going to be? Its impact on the housing market. We're going to get into all that. But let's look at, like I said, past recessions. What have they meant for the housing market?
In the last 40 years, there hasn't, in all of the recessions that we've had, only one time did the prices actually dip, because real estate generally is looked at as a safe investment when the stock market's tanking and investors need to put their money in other places. I think we can look on the positive side that it's only been affected one time, and that one time that it was affected was because of the housing market, right?
Yeah, I mean, lenders were putting out loans that people had no business getting, right?
Yeah, so that caused the whole financial crash, if you like, and we're not in that same position, you guys. Think about the economy's been very, very strong recently. We've had a very, very strong local real estate market as well. I think, there's been a lot of positive factors going in that route, but you hit the nail on the head at the beginning, Kristen, with will we go into a recession? A recession typically is
It's 2 quarters of decline in GDP.
2 quarters of decline.
And it's quite likely that's going to happen, right?
I think it's 100% likely because 70% of the US economy is based on consumer spending.
Right.
And when states are on lockdown, businesses are closed, this is going to have a knock-on effect, you guys. Are we going to slip into a recession? It looks like it might do. This is just the 20th of March as we record this, and we don't know where it's going to go. It looks like it might, but how long will that last?
We could be bouncing back out of this, by the fourth quarter, and that would be best case scenario.
But if it doesn't, what are some of the factors that could cause the prices to drop in the local economy? One area that I've been talking about for a little while is refinances. Because, interest rates have been historically so low recently, there's been a lack of inventory out there for people that may have been, looking at upgrading or, their home. They haven't decided to do that. Instead, they've refinanced their property. They've taken some of that money, they've invested it in the house, put it in other places. If we keep going into a recession, or we do go into recession that stays for a long time, those homeowners could easily default.
They could be in trouble.
They could be in big trouble. Home prices would go down. They don't have the equity in there, and you're now underwater. That has a knock-on effect throughout the whole economy.
That's one factor to look at.
Definitely one factor. Listen, don't panic again. As I mentioned, there are still buyers out there, right? It has affected a lot of us, but emergency workers, doctors,
paramedics, they're working overtime. Grocery store clerks, thank you everyone that that's out there supporting
stocking
us.
the shelves in Amazon and delivery drivers. I mean, these are all still essential businesses. They're still buying and shopping, a lot of those people. So there are different perspectives I see people are looking at this from. Some are panicking.
Yeah, and it's easy, especially if you are one of those people that were laid off, to kind of get tunnel vision and feel like the world's crumbling in. But listen, we're going to get through this together. Like Steve said, there's still buyers out there, people that were laid off, that are in the middle of an escrow. Sellers are being really understanding. We're extending escrow, until people can show their income. We're lucky that a lot of businesses are able to pay some local workers during this, the ones that can, that's great. While people are getting laid off during this time, like Steve mentioned, there are still buyers, right?
Yeah.
And some people are waiting, obviously.
It's a testing time, and, we're having to put measures into our business to be able to counteract all of this. I think what's going to dictate how long this lasts and, how well we recover. The severity of the disease, how have we managed to contain that throughout the country, not just here locally. That's going to certainly dictate, because as we mentioned, if we go into a recession in the next 2 quarters, how long we will then stay in that.
We don't really know. I mean, nobody knows right now. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a lot more clarity as far as how severe this is. Did we put the right protections in place in time? We don't know yet.
A couple of positives, though, I think we can certainly look at this is, well, first of all, it's affected pretty much everybody.
Everyone.
The government has created great stimulus packages, or are in the process of creating great stimulus packages to, first of all, alleviate that burden. If there are people that are struggling financially right now to make ends meet, hopefully they're going to start receiving some checks.
Right.
A lot of the local utility companies, certainly here in Las Vegas, have put a pause on disconnecting services if you can't pay. So they're not going to cut your gas and electricity off. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Right. Some of the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, which they're behind. They back 50% of the loans out there right now. Bank of America stepped up, and I'm sure other banks will follow. If you're affected by coronavirus and you're not able to pay your bills, give them a call. There's programs that they can defer payments for up to a year. Your credit's not going to take a hit. Look, we're all in this together.
Yeah, it's not in anyone's interest for us to all lose our homes and for the whole market to crash. I guess it's just how long, is this going to last, and how long can the government, help support us, and what sort of measures can we implement to try and make this as bearable as possible.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like you said, that's really going to determine, like we talked about at the beginning, are we going to see this like a V type of a recession where we go down and then by the 4th quarter we're heading back up? Or is it going to be a little bit of a longer recovery getting into it? We're just not really sure right now, are we?
Yeah, not really sure. I would give you, I'll put my neck out on the line.
Yeah.
I'm always the optimist, forever
really
the
is.
optimist.
It's amazing.
I would say that we are going to do the V.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do the V. As long as a lot of the other states start implementing the social distancing measures, and we really lock this down individually, on a state-to-state local level, I think we're going to see the V, just because there are a huge amount of buyers still out. Let's just for the real estate market. Well, I certainly think that we're going to have a strong 4th quarter. I think everyone that may have been waiting to move and sell and buy is all going to happen at one go. So that's just my prediction, but I'm forever the optimist. I'm hoping that this is just, this thing disappears as fast as it arrives, and we can all learn from it and grow together as a community.
We've got each other's backs. Let's remember Vegas strong and stick together, help our neighbors. And we're going to continue to keep you updated as we become aware of how this is affecting the housing market. We'll definitely keep shooting videos and let you know and keep you all informed. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, take care. If anybody needs anything real estate related or not, please don't hesitate to let us know, and stay safe out there. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.